Hello, welcome to my midterm debriefing for EDTC 6358. The topic for my e-learning course is Google Forms with Flubaroo. The first thing that I'm going to do is give you a little bit of background information on why I picked this topic for my e-learning course. Course subject teachers on my junior high school campus are now being required to create common assessments within each subject. The frequency of common assessments administered is dependent upon a consensus within each department. Teachers within each course subject have a common planning period, in which we call our PLC period, or Professional Learning Communities period. PLCs meet 3 times a week, and during that time, teachers are expected to analyze the data collected from their common summative assessments. In order to analyze the data a little more accurately, an assessment method for collecting data must be in place. Implementing Google Forms along with Flubaroo is one solution to collecting data that's in one location on every student that completes the assessment. Google Forms is the platform in which the assessment will be created, and Flubaroo is an add-on that analyzes that collected data. Flubaroo analyzes data by computing the average assignment score per question, flagging low-scoring questions, highlighting failing students, and showing a grade distribution graph per question. Flubaroo works best with non-open-ended questions. Flubaroo typically distributes analyzed data using pie charts and bar graphs showing the percentage breakdown of each answer choice. The ultimate goal for this project is to provide teachers with an assessment method that allows them to analyze their common assessment data. By the submission date, I plan to have created an e-learning course with 3 self-paced modules. Each module will include a lesson overview, instructional videos, and an assessment in the form of multiple choice quizzes, scenario-based problems, and performance assessments along with rubrics. Now we're going to take a look at the layout of the course, which has 3 lessons that the learners will complete, as well as a syllable with vital course information. As we go through each module, you will notice that the layout and content are very similar throughout. Before we get to the modules, we're going to take a look at the syllabus. The syllabus includes the course description, the instructional goal, the course objectives, required text, any technology requirements, the assignments that the student is going to complete, the grading scale, and a topical outline. And down here at the bottom, I also have a downloadable syllabus for the learners. Next, we're going to go to Module 1. In Module 1, the learners will explore how to access Google Forms and how to edit form questions. Module 1 is still a work in progress, therefore not all tasks are complete. Inside Module 1, Learners will first read the lesson overview to gain more information about accessing Google Forms and editing questions. The lesson overview introduces each skill that will be learned throughout the module, along with screenshots that previews the skills that they will learn. Next, the learner will view an instructional video that I will narrate and demonstrate how to access Google Forms and begin editing questions within that form. Lastly, after viewing the instructional video, learners will complete a 10-question multiple choice assessment. And this is just a preview of what that assessment will look like. Now I would like to draw your attention to the check marks below each task. Schoology offers a student completion option where the instructor can determine the completion level of the current task before the learner can proceed to the next task. This feature is located under Options. You can also check the option that requires the learner to complete the task in sequential order. On assignments, such as quizzes, you have the option to set a minimum grade that each learner must achieve in order to proceed to the next module. And for this assessment, I set that minimum grade to 80. Now let's go back and take a glance at Module 2 and 3. You will notice that the tasks are similar to Module 1. Module 2 has a lesson overview and instructional videos. The type of assessment in Module 2 is different than Module 1. Here the learner is required to submit an assignment. A rubric will be provided for that assignment. Moving on to Module 3. You should notice that Module 2 and 3 are pretty much identical. Both modules require a submitted assignment. The submission will most likely be a link to a Google form that the learner has created, since the assessment will be scenario and problem based. I have learned a few lessons thus far while completing this project, including using reliable and familiar technology. I changed my platform from Blackboard course sites to Schoology because I didn't want another one of my courses deleted due to inactivity, which happened in Blackboard course sites. I want to be able to reference my course at any time in the future. I also chose Schoology because I had previous experience as a student in a course hosted in Schoology, as well as designing a course in Schoology, and I knew it would be a smooth transition. I also learned that I don't have to reinvent the wheel for every single thing. It becomes very time consuming, especially when there are quality resources available to me. And lastly, I learned that sticking to my projected timeline is critical to successfully completing my project on time. I have found myself in last minute situations, all because I wasn't familiar with the dates assigned to tasks within my timeline. And at this point, I haven't progressed as much as I would have liked. I am fully aware of the major deadline for this project, which happens to be coming up really soon. I will be working overtime on this project to ensure that it is completed by the assigned deadline. So here's the big question. What's the chance of me finishing this project by the deadline? Well, I am 95% sure that I will complete this project on time. And as of right now, there are no other concerns or issues that may interest the class. Thanks for watching.